Elysia, the Gratitopia story. Prologue. In a world teetering on the brink of dystopia, where shadows whispered secrets of a sinister syndicate manipulating the strands of power, there existed a beacon of hope, Gratitopia. It wasn't a utopian dreamland painted in vivid hues of impossible ideals but a realm built on the sublime power of gratitude and empathy, striving to illuminate the world's darkest corners. This is the story of a game, a revolutionary venture that merged reality and illusion, that intertwined the tangible and the ephemeral. It is a tale of resilience, of luminous spirits and shadows, of a quest to transform the world one soul at a time. But more importantly, it is the story of Dr. Elysia Grati, the visionary behind this realm of radiance. Elysia, with her incandescent spirit, dreamt of a world where kindness wasn't a fleeting moment but the essence of humanity. With the embers of her father's wisdom and her profound love for science, she crafted a world within a game, a sanctuary where empathy wasn't just a virtue but the very fabric of existence. Gratitopia was her brainchild, a realm where players traversed through landscapes of compassion, unlocking the boundless potential of the human spirit, where every act of kindness was a step towards a brighter, more harmonious world. However, within the labyrinth of kindness Elysia created, shadows lurked, whispers of a clandestine group, unseen yet omnipresent, manipulating the strings of the world with sinister finesse. They saw Gratitopia not as a beacon but as a threat to their clandestine empire, a disruption to the equilibrium of control they had meticulously built. Elysia, with her companions, found herself in a game more intricate and perilous than she had ever imagined, a game where the stakes were not just the survival of Gratitopia but the very essence of humanity. Amidst the symphony of hope and the echoes of covert battles, a story unfolds, a narrative of a phoenix rising from the ashes, of shadows and light intertwining in a dance as ancient as time. As you turn the pages, embark on a journey through the realms of Gratitopia, through the essence of Elysia's vision, and discover the transformative power of gratitude and empathy. Delve into a world where every echo holds a secret, where every shadow whispers tales of the unseen, and where every light unveils the essence of the soul. Welcome to the Elysian journey. Welcome to the game of light and shadows. Welcome to the world of Gratitopia. Part 1, The Genesis of Grati. Chapter 1. Fragments of the Past. Childhood Bonds. In the amber-hued afternoon light of a small coastal suburb nestled in Maracaibo, two youngsters, Elysia and Daniel, embarked on adventures that spanned the sun-dappled corners of their tangible world and ventured deep into the realms of boundless imagination. The very air they breathed seemed to be woven with threads of gold, charged with the pulsing energy from the petroleum-rich veins that coursed beneath the town, fueling dreams as expansive as the ever-stretching horizon. Elysia, with eyes reflecting the endless sky, harbored a fervor for unraveling the secrets of the universe, while Daniel, grounded and pragmatic, stood as a beacon of realism amidst her flights of fancy. Together, they crafted worlds suspended between science and fantasy, painting their canvases with strokes of innovation and fragments of dreams yet to be realized. These were not mere child's play but the embryonic stirrings of ideas that promised to transcend the barriers of their current reality. In a narrative vein reminiscent of a sprawling, detailed fresco, their childhood escapades unfolded with a complexity that hinted at the burgeoning seeds of something monumental. A tableau of friendship, innovation, and the purity of youthful aspiration was etched into the very essence of their beings, an inscription that heralded the dawn of a transformative era. Their playground, a nurturing ground infused with the pulsating heartbeat of the energy and science sectors, became a living entity that whispered secrets to curious ears, fostering dreams that flirted with the boundary between the real and the surreal. The children embarked on quests that mirrored the grand narratives of science fiction, where the barriers of the known world were ever expanding, offering glimpses into the pulsating heart of a future not too distant. Each day, their bond deepened, nourished by shared wonders and a mutual reverence for the harmonious dance of science and nature. Amidst the lush landscapes, their shared laughter echoed like a melodious song, weaving through the whispers of the wind and the rhythmic lullaby of the waves caressing the shores. Their innocent exchanges, hidden amongst the vibrant flora and stony nooks, served as an embryonic form of the geotagged messages that would later become a cornerstone of Gratitopia. These early communiques, steeped in gratitude and appreciation, forged the foundational ethos that would steer Elysia's revolutionary venture in the future. In this serene enclave of Maracaibo, amidst the mirth and youthful disagreements, a concept with the power to alter the world's fabric was taking root, promising a future where empathy and science would unite, fostering a global society bound by love, gratitude, and mutual respect. Here, under the watchful eyes of golden sunsets and murmuring waves, the inception of Grati took form, blossoming from friendship and innovation, fueled by dreams unconfined and untamed, ready to reshape the world into a sanctuary of empathy and understanding. A beacon of hope, glimmering in the twilight, beckoning the birth of a new dawn where the realms of the fantastical and the scientific harmoniously coexisted, promising a brighter, united future for all. Tragedy and transition. In the hushed twilights that precede the birth of tempestuous storms, nature itself held its breath, sensing the impending change that threatened to shadow the halcyon days of childhood wonder. The placid lapping of waves against the hulls of moored boats carried tales of sorrow on this fateful day, echoing through the heart of the coastal town that harbored the secrets and dreams of young Elysia and Daniel. The sky seemed to mirror the unsettling churn of emotions within the hearts of those who dwelt in this narrow sliver of time, where happiness was yet untouched by the cold hands of grief. Then, as if heralding a rupture in the fabric of their shared reality, a cry sliced through the morning air, a harbinger of the storm that was about to engulf their lives. Elysia Grati, the lighthouse in Elysia's young life, was suddenly snatched away by the dark cold arms of the ocean he had so dearly loved. A man of science, of wisdom, who charted the cosmos yet found simplicity in the ebb and flow of the sea, met his untimely end in an accident that left a void impossible to fill. The town whispered tales of a drowning, a mystery that lingered like a mist over the sun-kissed beaches where children once played without a care. The ensuing days saw a family grappling with the heart-wrenching agony of loss. Maria, once a beacon of strength and love, found herself navigating through a life that seemed to have lost its vibrant hues, where each day was a struggle to find the will to forge ahead. A home once filled with laughter and shared dreams now echoed with the sounds of silence, a haunting reminder of the void that could never be filled. Elysia, a tender bud caught in the ferocious storm, found herself uprooted from the nurturing soil of her childhood home. With an innocence besieged by the cruelty of loss, she clung to her mother as they journeyed to Bogotá, seeking refuge in the arms of relatives who offered condolences that fell on ears that heard nothing over the roaring sea of grief within them. Yet, amidst the shadows that threatened to engulf her young spirit, a flicker of resilience ignited within Elysia. A flame, fed by the enduring love and teachings of her father, refused to be extinguished. Within her, the embryonic seeds of a visionary began to sprout, reaching towards the light that promised a future where dreams could be woven anew, where the principles of love, empathy, and gratitude that Leonardo had instilled in her would find fertile ground to flourish. As Elysia cast one last glance at the place that held fragments of her shattered past, a resolve steeled within her young heart. She vowed to forge a path that would honor the memory of her beloved father, to create a world where the principles of kindness and gratitude would build bridges across chasms of grief and loss. Thus, amidst the towering structures of Bogotá, a new chapter beckoned. A journey of growth, of rediscovery, where the merging streams of science and empathy would sculpt the formative years of a young girl destined to spark a global revolution, a transformative wave that promised to heal the world with the transformative power of gratitude and empathy. Parallel lives. In a part of the world untouched by the youthful musings of Elysia and Daniel, a boy was weaving dreams that spanned galaxies, unburdened by terrestrial ties. Magnus, a young prodigy, found himself entranced by the celestial bodies, the boundless firmament where no rulers governed and no borders divided. Magnus, hailing from a lineage of astute thinkers and scientists, was a contemporary of Elysia Grati, albeit unbeknownst to either of them. Their lives mirrored in an uncanny fashion, as though sketched by the hands of fate herself, converging and diverging in a cosmic dance of synchronicity. Magnus' journey was not without its share of tragedies, which forged in him a resilience that was almost otherworldly. As Magnus matured, his insatiable thirst for knowledge became a beacon that led him to the hallowed halls of learning, where he voraciously consumed every morsel of knowledge available to him. His pursuits mirrored those of a certain real-world figure, Elon Musk, who had dared to dream beyond terrestrial boundaries, stretching the fabric of reality to accommodate ventures that seemed fantastical to many. Magnus was not just content to dwell in realms of theoretical physics and space explorations. His ambitions propelled him further, as he delved into the intricate web of artificial intelligence, tirelessly working towards knitting a digital tapestry that would seamlessly merge the realms of the tangible and intangible. His ventures into the global satellite internet were a testament to his boundless ambition, a bridge that promised to connect the farthest corners of Earth in a digital embrace. It was around this time that the tendrils of blockchain technology began to creep into the visionary's sphere of influence. Magnus saw the potential for a new world order, a decentralized entity where transparency reigned supreme. He envisioned a global community where value was not determined by a handful of oligarchs but was a participative process, where every individual had a stake and a voice. Magnus's life, like an unfolding novel, was penned with strokes of innovation and bouts of perseverance. The world watched, sometimes with bated breath, sometimes with skepticism, as he forged alliances with the cosmos, sending metallic birds to whisper secrets to the stars, crafting networks that promised to bind humanity in a web of shared dreams and collective endeavors. As Magnus's empire flourished, an idea, a spark, began to grow within him, germinating slowly in the fertile grounds of his innovative mind. The notion of combining the prowess of technology with a humanitarian vision was not new, yet it promised to be groundbreaking in the hands of someone who had already pushed the boundaries of what was considered possible. And so, as Magnus stood on the cusp of another monumental venture, the winds of fate began to whisper tales of a woman whose vision for a better world mirrored his own, albeit painted with different hues. A woman who dared to dream of a world governed by empathy and gratitude, where technological advancement served as a conduit for fostering genuine human connections. As the parallel narratives of Elysia and Magnus unfurled, the universe seemed to conspire, setting the stage for an encounter that promised to amalgamate the celestial dreams of a boy who looked to the stars, with the earthly aspirations of a girl who found beauty in the acts of kindness and empathy. Together, they stood on the brink of creating a legacy that could potentially reshape the fabric of society, paving the way for a new dawn, where humanity danced to the harmonious tunes of technology and compassion, embarking on a journey that held the promise of a utopia, a Gratitopia. Here, as the first raindrops heralded the arrival of a new season, Elysia Grati stood on the cusp of a journey that held the promise of transcendence, a beacon of hope that would illuminate the darkest corners of the human experience, guiding humanity towards a future where love and understanding reigned supreme. Chapter 2. The Birth of a Visionary. A Compassionate Prodigy. In the vibrant green jungles of Colombia, where nature paints its own vibrant canvas, Elysia was a beacon of curiosity, a young sapling reaching unfalteringly towards the sun. The prodigious child had a mind that moved at a pace akin to the rushing streams that crisscrossed through the lush landscape. But unlike the water that ebbed and flowed in an unceasing and often tumultuous current, Elysia's intellect moved with a serene yet unstoppable force, navigating the complexities of the world with grace and understanding that belied her years. Her father, Dr. Leonardo Grati, a luminary in the scientific realm, recognized the extraordinary potential housed within his daughter. From an early age, Elysia exhibited an uncanny aptitude for understanding the nuanced web of relationships that held the fabric of the universe together. Her eyes, luminous pools reflecting the depths of uncharted galaxies, absorbed the intricacies of the world around her with a sage-like wisdom, providing her a unique lens to perceive the interconnectedness of all things. Leonardo had always been a nurturing force, gently guiding her through the labyrinthine realms of knowledge, always encouraging her to question, to probe, to explore. A home laboratory became their sacred space, a sanctuary where father and daughter delved into the mysteries of the cosmos. Together, they navigated the realms of physics and philosophy, sometimes transcending into spiritual dialogues that bridged the chasm between science and faith. In this nurturing environment, Elysia blossomed, her mind expanding in symphony with the universe itself, embracing complexities with a grace that was almost poetic. But her journey was not confined to the four walls adorned with certificates and medals that bore testament to her prodigious intellect. Leonardo believed that true understanding sprouted from the fertile soil of empathy, watered by the rivers of compassion. Thus, Elysia's education was not merely confined to textbooks and experiments, it sprawled across the expanse of human experiences, blooming in the gardens of kindness she tended in their local community. Her father's deep, resounding voice became the soundtrack of her childhood, filling their home with narratives that span the cosmos to the microscopic wonders dwelling in a droplet of morning dew. Leonardo instilled in her an understanding that the principles governing the universe were mirrored in the delicate dance of human interactions, in the symbiotic relationships that held societies together. As Elysia transitioned into adolescence, a radiant halo of wisdom and compassion seemed to accompany her, casting golden hues upon the paths she tread. Underneath the nurturing wings of her father, the young prodigy had grown into a formidable force, a beacon of light in a world that often floundered in the shadows of ignorance and selfish pursuits. Yet, even in the face of burgeoning academic accolades, Elysia remained firmly grounded, her heart pulsating with a deep-seated empathy that transcended her scientific pursuits. Her thirst for knowledge was paralleled only by her desire to use that knowledge for the betterment of mankind, to foster a world where science and compassion danced in harmonious synergy. But as she stood at the precipice of adulthood, with the vast landscapes of potential spread before her, a shadow loomed ominously in the background, a tragic event that would uproot the foundation of her life, propelling her into uncharted territories, where her beliefs would be tested, her resolve fortified, and her vision for a better world crystallized. In the echoes of her father's teachings, amidst the ruins of a fragmented past, Elysia Grati would find her purpose, carving a path that would intertwine innovation with compassion, ushering a new era where technology would be wielded as a tool to heal, to connect, to uplift. The seeds sown in the fertile grounds of her childhood would burgeon into a vision that encompassed the globe, a vision grounded in the transformative power of gratitude, an ethos that sought to unify, to harmonize, to create a symphony of human potential that resonated with the harmonics of the cosmos. Thus, in the vibrant corridors of universities in Germany, amidst towering stacks of literature and buzzing laboratories, Elysia embarked on a journey to transform a world teetering on the brink, beckoning a future where science and empathy walked hand in hand, guided by the principles of love, compassion, and an unyielding belief in the boundless potential of humanity. As the sun rose on a new day, heralding the birth of a visionary, the world remained blissfully unaware of the revolution that was taking root, nurtured by the gentle hands of a young woman who dared to dream, who dared to believe that the future could be forged in the crucible of gratitude, a world that echoed the teachings of her father, echoing the symphony of the cosmos in harmonious golden hues. The rise of a visionary. In the soft glow of the moon that cast shimmering patterns on the cobblestone streets of a subdued Berlin, a fervent ember of unyielding passion continued to burn in the heart of an exceptional woman. Elysia, once a tender sapling nurtured under the protective shade of her father's expansive knowledge, had bloomed into an astounding intellect in her own right. The small hours of the night were her companion, whispers of the wind her melody as she delved into the profound mysteries of the human spirit. At the renowned Humboldt University, a place where the past and the future coalesced, Elysia was fervently channeling the swirling vortex of ideas into a structured philosophy that could hold the potential to heal a fragmented world. Her dedication to her studies was like a riveting symphony, a crescendo of insatiable curiosity and fervent hope that resonated in the quiet corridors of science and philosophy. In hushed auditoriums, where the soft rustling of notes and fervent whispers of academic discussion created a symphony of intellectual pursuit, Elysia emerged as a beacon of fresh perspective. Her doctoral thesis, The Gratitude Principle, was more than an academic endeavor. It was a harmonious orchestration of profound insights, a poetic dance of neurons articulating the transcendent potential of human empathy and gratitude. Elysia's approach to science was akin to that of an artist painting a masterpiece, layering intricate strokes of wisdom upon a canvas that promised to reveal a world pulsating with love, connection, and mutual respect. As her insights cascaded through different mediums, leaving ripples in their wake, the world began to take notice. Podcasts and media platforms became buzzing hives of fervent discussions, resonating with the echoes of Elysia's gentle yet persuasive narrative. A narrative that spoke of a world unified through the bonds of gratitude, a world where the tendrils of empathy reached out to heal the festering wounds of societal disconnect. The meteoric rise of the visionary was not confined to the academic circles alone. Like a wildfire, it spread across diverse landscapes, igniting sparks of contemplation in minds young and old. Soon, Elysia became a name synonymous with hope, a beacon of light, guiding humanity towards a dawn of renewed understanding and compassion. But even amidst the accolades and the blossoming recognition, Elysia remained grounded, her spirit firmly anchored to the sacred mission that lay ahead. The bustling cafes of Berlin witnessed countless animated discussions, where Elysia, with a steaming cup of tea cradled in her hands, would articulate her dreams with an infectious fervor, drawing more and more individuals into her expanding circle of influence. The bubbling pot of global reception was a testament to the potency of her insights, a silent witness to the birth of a movement that promised to rekindle the flames of human connection and understanding. And as the stars continued to witness the unfolding tapestry of a visionary's journey, Elysia Grati stood at the precipice of a groundbreaking revolution, her spirit alight with the undying flames of hope and the shimmering promise of a world transformed through the potent magic of gratitude. It was here, amidst the whispers of the ancient trees and the harmonious melodies of a world in transition, that the spark of Gratitopia began to flicker into existence, nurtured by the boundless reservoir of love and determination that resided in the heart of a woman who dared to dream of a world united in love, empathy, and mutual respect. In the thriving intellectual epicenter of Germany, Elysia Grati was not just birthing a revolutionary theory, she was igniting a beacon of hope, a guiding light that promised to lead humanity into a golden era of mutual respect, understanding, and boundless compassion. An era where the seeds of gratitude would blossom into a breathtaking garden of global unity, a testament to the transformative power of a visionary's unwavering dream. Chapter 3. Gathering the Empath Enclave. Building Grati Labs. In the verdant embrace of Medellin, where the undulating hills whispered secrets to those who dared to listen, the embryo of a new world began to form. Dr. Elysia Grati, the beacon of this dawning era, channeled the vigor and vision of her father as she ventured into the uncharted waters of a revolution grounded in gratitude and empathy. Grati Labs, the nascent heart of this global metamorphosis, was not merely an institution. It was an ideogram of hope, a sanctum where the brightest minds congregated to weave together the fibers of technology and humanity, to create a tapestry of interconnected souls across the globe. In the bustling core of this futuristic haven, architects of innovation were rallied, each a maestro in their chosen domain. Ethereal coders who whispered to machines in tongues only they comprehended, engineers who sculpted virtual landscapes as artists would masterpieces, and philosophers who saw beyond the veil of reality, knitting ethics into the very fabric of this new civilization. The assembly was nothing short of a symphony, where every individual was both a soloist and a part of a grander orchestra. Their convergence was orchestrated by none other than Elysia, a maestro with a vision so profound it resonated in the harmonies that filled the air of Grati Labs. There, amidst circuit-laden sanctuaries and holographic canvases, Elysia wandered as both a sage and a pupil. Her insatiable thirst for knowledge mirrored the ceaseless cascade of the Medean waters, fostering an ecosystem where ideas flowed and intermingled like rivulets joining a mighty river. Every discussion was a stone polished by the relentless currents, refining the edges until it fit seamlessly into the mosaic that was Gratitopia. They discussed, debated, and dreamt together, their voices a chorus that sang the hymns of innovation, echoing in the labyrinthine corridors of Grati Labs. As they delved deeper, the barriers between the virtual and the real began to blur. Grati Labs transformed into a pulsating entity, its heartbeat synchronized with the vibrant city that cradled it. The lines between science and spirituality were redrawn, as the lab burgeoned into a living, breathing manifestation of Elysia's dream. Within this sanctum, the foundation of Gratitopia was laid, stone by virtual stone, code by intricate code. A monument to human potential, a beacon of hope in a world teetering on the brink of despondency. In the hallowed halls of Grati Labs, the dawn of a new era whispered its first words, as a community united in purpose and spirit began building the beacon that would illuminate the world, a sanctuary where gratitude wasn't just a virtue, but the very essence of existence. The genesis of Grati was in full bloom, promising a world where empathy was the currency, and kindness the creed that governed the realms of reality and the virtual alike. And at its epicenter stood Elysia, the visionary, her spirit a flame that ignited the torches of many, guiding them towards a horizon where the sun of a new world awaited to rise. Old bonds and new beginnings. The halcyon days of youth cast long shadows, even in the midst of revolutions. As the tendrils of dawn entwined with the neoteric aspirations of Grati Labs, a past steeped in innocence and mired in complexity beckoned its rightful homage. Daniel, once the playmate of a young Elysia, now bore the mantle of a man bound by the golden handcuffs of power and bureaucracy, an unwitting cog in the machine of a government far removed from the aspirations of the common man. The lofty corridors of power echoed with whispers, tales spun from threads of deceit and control, and Daniel found himself ensnared, ensconced in a world that grew increasingly foreign with each passing day. But as news of Elysia's groundbreaking venture permeated through the media, a flame long extinguished flickered weakly in the depths of Daniel's being. Elysia's visage, radiant with purpose and resolve, became a constant refrain in his mind, a siren song drawing him back to memories dappled in the golden hues of Venezuelan sunsets, of laughter echoing amidst the Maracaibo breezes. It was a call to awakening, a beckoning towards the path less trodden. The image of Elysia, a beacon of hope and change, juxtaposed sharply against the gray backdrop of his life within the regime, igniting a spark of rebellion, a desire for redemption. The journey was not without its tribulations. Each step towards Elysia and her utopian vision felt like a betrayal, a seditious act against the legacy his family had so steadfastly upheld. Yet, as he delved deeper into the philosophical underpinnings of Gratitopia, Daniel couldn't ignore the clarion call of change, the undeniable allure of a world built on empathy and interconnectedness. As the gravitational pull of Elysia's dream drew him in, Daniel embarked on a clandestine journey of self-discovery. Secret rendezvous with old allies and new confederates painted his path, as he navigated the labyrinthine corridors of power and influence, slowly shedding the cloak of conformity that had muffled his true essence for far too long. The whispers of dissent grew louder, reverberating in the hollow chambers of his conscience, urging him to cast aside the shroud of allegiance to a regime that seemed increasingly at odds with the wellspring of empathy and gratitude that Elysia promised. In the clandestine corners of Medean, amidst the verdant canopies that bore witness to whispered secrets and hushed confessions, Daniel found solace and kinship with others who shared his yearning for change. Together, they forged bonds forged from the crucible of shared dreams and aspirations, a burgeoning alliance united in their quest for a world healed by the transformative power of gratitude. The stage was set for a reunion, an intersection of past and present, where old bonds would be rekindled and new beginnings forged. As Daniel stepped into the luminous halo of Grati Labs, a place where innovation met compassion, he couldn't ignore the beckoning of a future untainted by the sins of the past. In Elysia's embrace, he found a sanctuary of hope and redemption, a place where the seeds of a new beginning could take root, promising the bloom of a world where humanity could finally find its true north, guided by the principles of empathy and gratitude. And thus, amidst the symphony of changing times, Daniel became a herald of a new dawn, ready to join hands with the pioneers of a revolution that promised to heal the world, one act of kindness at a time. Interlude, Magnus's reflection. The world beheld a serenade of stars from the high-rise office, a sanctuary amidst the bustling heart of the Silicon dreamscape. Magnus, a titan among men, stared into the sprawling canvas of lights, a labyrinthine pattern that mirrored the complex synapses firing in his prodigious mind. Silence was a rarity in a life dominated by the relentless pursuit of innovation, yet in this solitary moment, Magnus found himself enveloped in a contemplative stillness. A screen flickered nearby, momentarily casting a glow that highlighted his contemplative expression. The world knew Magnus as the visionary leading the charge in the realms of technology, space, and the nascent frontiers of human ingenuity. Yet, beyond the luminescent glare of the spotlight, he bore the burden of a mind ceaselessly questing, a spirit that yearned for connection amidst the cosmos of isolation that often accompanied genius. In this haven of solitude, Magnus stumbled upon a voice that resonated with a timbre of authenticity, a siren song amidst the cacophony of superficiality that dominated the media landscape. It was Elysia Grati, a beacon of altruism, radiating a philosophy steeped in empathy and kindness. At first, Magnus had greeted her emergent theory with a playful skepticism, a lighthearted jest amidst a podcast discussion that spanned the cosmos and the quantum intricacies of consciousness. Her voice had been but a whisper in the grand symphony of scientific discourse that graced his daily interactions. Yet, as whispers often do, it found a way to permeate the fortresses of his mind, sowing seeds of contemplation that blossomed in the quietude that followed. Magnus found himself revisiting the tendrils of thoughts she had spun, intricately woven narratives that echoed the principles that had guided his early forays into the realms of science and innovation. It was a mirror held to his younger self, a reflection of the intrinsic curiosity and the boundless potential for good that technology harbored. As he delved deeper, Magnus found himself drawn to the world Elysia envisioned, a harmonious blend of technological prowess and human empathy, a sanctuary where the soul could find solace in a world driven by compassion and mutual respect. The concept of Gratitopia was no longer an amusing diversion, but a tantalizing possibility, a beacon of light in a world that seemed increasingly overshadowed by darkness and divisiveness. Magnus realized that in Elysia's utopian vision, there lay a golden thread, a path that could lead humanity towards a future where technology was not a tool of segregation but a bridge to a world united in gratitude and empathy. It was then that Magnus understood the crossroads that lay before him. The Titan of Tech, a moniker bestowed upon him by a world that revered his genius, bore the power to ignite a revolution that could transform the very fabric of society. As the city below him pulsated with the heartbeat of millions, Magnus allowed himself a moment of vulnerability, a fleeting glimpse into a future where his path converged with that of Elysia, forming a nexus of innovation and compassion that could herald a new dawn for humanity. With newfound resolve, Magnus turned away from the glimmering skyline, ready to reach out to the visionary who had unwittingly stirred the embers of change within him. Together, they would embark on a journey that promised to redefine the boundaries of possibility, heralding the genesis of a world bathed in the golden hues of empathy and gratitude. It was time to forge a legacy that transcended silicon and stars, venturing into realms where angels dared to tread, where dreams blossomed into realities forged from the unison of technology and the human spirit. Thus, under the luminescent glow of a billion stars, Magnus embraced the horizon, ready to become a catalyst in the global revolution of empathy that beckoned from the realms of Gratitopia.